and Lala beat up Angela.
Oh, it's a good.
So going into the side chick.
So different things gotta happen. Side chick, like you look, they always get into the main chick, side chick thing. But if the main chick is conditioned for something that was a part of your life, that if you make it to the roof of what you can do in that business, and she just wants it to stay the way it is, and you going, it never ends good. So you're going, we gotta try something different, and she's like turning her nose up at what you choose to go in a different direction. Then you start to look at it like maybe she wasn't all the way the right person. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely was the right person to go on that journey as far as legal business was concerned. But now that you're starting to feel like we at the roof of it, what happens next?
Because his wife doesn't want to see him progress.
Do anything else. Just stay where, I just want it to be the way it is.
She's comfortable. I'm used to you this way. I don't want you to turn into a legitimate.
Else.
You ever been in that position? Like when they was like, no, we want you to stay boo-boo. You can't be 50. Now forget this rap.
You know what? I think when in the lifestyle itself, you can feel like you create a false sense of security because if they got bills or they got issues, you're like, nah, I got it, and you don't really know that you got it. You're just saying, I'm gonna take care of it. That I'm willing to take care of it for you at the issue, and then you get out in the street and you do what you can do, and a lot of times you make things happen. You can come back and really take care of it.
Right.
But it is a false sense because there's nothing guaranteed that says that you're gonna be able to do that.
Right.
You know, and I think in that's where that translates the same. A lot they don't know about Rotimi is he was actually supposed to be on Empire.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
You look like one of Lucia's kids.
He can sing though. You can sing.
Yeah, I can sing. Yeah. But so that was why it made sense for me to do the show. At first, it was down to me, Quincy, and Yaz actually, and then Quincy dropped out. And it was down to me and Yaz.
And Puffy called and was like, how you gonna let them take your publishing? That's what I do. I take people publishing.
So it was down to me and Yaz, and at the time they were telling me, yo, I got it, it's yours. You're gonna be, you're the guy. So I started looking for places in Chicago. I was, signing on my lease and everything. And I was having meetings with, networks and stuff like that. So it got to the point where I was turning down offers from other shows because I thought I was going to be on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Hold up, they told you had the Empire role?
Basically.
And you were willing to sign over your publishing and everything?
Well, that was before I knew really what was going on.
With all that.
Yeah, before all of that. So it was just word talking to me, the network saying it's mine, and then I turned down a couple of things because it was a perfect situation.
Well, he had Star Wars.
Yeah, and I had Star Wars.
You turned down Star Wars?
I was like...
It was like the fifth time they called him back.
Yeah, the fifth time they called me back, and there was another network. So I turned it down, but I mean, it worked out. It worked out.
He got on a better show.
He got on a better show.
Is it worth signing your publishing over?
Nah, not as a musician. If you really believe in yourself,
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? If you really believe in yourself, it's not worth doing that.
What if they asked you to play the gay son on Empire? Would you do?
It's just acting.
Yeah, it's
No,
just
I couldn't
acting.
do that.
Look, some things are really tough.
Yeah.
Some things are really tough. Yeah, you want me to? Oh, I don't think I can.
I'll play a drug dealer gangster who will kill anybody for 50's character on Power, but I won't play a gay guy. Nope.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, we seen you perform on Fifth on stage with somebody that you didn't get along with. And last time we seen that, it was altercation. So when I seen 50 Cent performing next to French Montana, I thought it was...
Yeah. Oh, that was like, I was doing the dance. It's a new dance called the Shark, Big Shark, Little Fish.
Because y'all seen, I was like, this is 50's way of making him uncomfortable, because that's what he does. Did y'all have a conversation, or you just...
Nah, we ran into each other backstage. Like, French he used to be around. Like when I did back in the days, we had the Psychic told me.
And he recorded, he went to record Khaled's mom.
Yeah, he did that for me. Like, so it's like, he know what time it is. Like, I go, even with the Puffy thing, like when I'm saying those things, people misinterpret it if they don't know. I don't care if they misinterpret it anymore. Like, I look at it and I go, whoever's in the top position or in the lead position, I make that competition within myself with that, because I'm gonna position myself well in the category regardlessly. So it's like, I mean, if you lose your market share and you see me gaining, you understand why. And oh no, tell him to check the numbers. He's losing market share and I'm gaining.
You don't like Puff, huh?
No, I just in that position.
He's competitive.
He's done other things too to make me kind of.
You take it far.
The May situation. The May situation.
Yeah, see, look, he knows the whole thing. Like the guys, there's points that I could have easily transitioned to make money on different things that he turned his nose up at because I think it was ego. You know, it felt like it was losing something that he built or that he, But the deal making, you ain't never gonna have nobody say, okay, I'll give away my my profits. So you gonna let me, pretty much what Jimmy was saying at that point was he gonna give me the money and I can have the profits. Not 50% of it, I can have his portion of the profit. And we couldn't make the deal. You know, so I'm like, yeah, you know. You know what I'm saying? I know I can't say it on the air, but you know.
It's like you was like Puff, basically.
All the way.
We heard the mixtapes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that I've been saying it for so long, though.
Yeah.
Like I saw the.
Yeah, it's been a while. I remember the mix. I can't remember what the name of it, but you was on the album cover with the shovel in the graveyard or something.
Yeah, and I was like, that man. I really don't like him.
Yeah, well, we could tell.
I started to come over, like, and it's not personal. Like, other people help it, like James Cruz and them. You know, I don't like them.
Now, he's another one I seen on stage.
But you used to work with him, though.
Yeah, because he worked with Chris Lighty and stuff like that. And I used to be really cool with them. They used to travel with me. You know what I'm saying? But the stuff that the temperament makes me not really. Because flip-floppy. Like, you go back and forth. You don't have to choose people. Like, if you have a relationship with one person, I go like this. I don't expect people to go, because of my relationship with you, when I go over here, I'm going to be someone different or behave differently. You know what I'm saying? You can say, look, well, you know, I have a relationship with them. It doesn't mean that one completely phases out the other.
Right.
It just, people know how to position themselves where they're not creating that ripple, where you don't feel like you this person now that you go over there.
Right.
But if you had somebody working for you that, you know, used to work with somebody else that you don't get along with, I'm sure you wouldn't want them to still.
I don't even bring them in the room.
Right.
When I have issue, or I'm addressing that person, if they previously did, I don't put them in that position. You know what I'm saying? But if they feel like they got some sort of allegiance or some sort of loyalty to that person now, then you go, okay. But then when I see them, I don't feel that energy. I feel like they're almost afraid of my actions or how I would receive some of the things that they've been doing. You know how guys are uncomfortable from what they said they was gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and they see you and it's like, why are you so uncomfortable?
Well, they know you hold a grudge, Fifth.
Yeah, but you've been saying you're going to do something, or you've been saying things that would make you uncomfortable internally when you see the person. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I kind of get from him. Because I don't, like him, I ran into him, his wife, and his kids at the Summer Jam. And I love his daughter. Like, the kids they don't have no bad in them. You know what I'm saying? And when his wife is like, oh, no, like she... Like, didn't want to take a picture. I'm like, well, then get the from over here then. You and it. Like, don't like him. I'll just say hi to the kid if I see the kid at that point, or don't even say hi to her. Like, cause it just felt funny that, and I think on the way I took like her response to me is like,
You talking about James Cruz right now?
Yeah,
His wife.
Yeah, like it just felt like that whatever he's been saying to her made her feel like that.
Well, that's her husband, so she got to ride with her husband.
No, I got that. I'm just saying to you, like, I don't have anything with him that he should be discussing with his wife that would make her uncomfortable when she saw me.
Do you hold grudges against New York executives because they didn't sign you and they had the chance back in the day?
But no, I just didn't deal with them. Like, at the point, my peak point, I didn't run around and go, oh, let's do a feature. Let's work together. Like, they didn't help me get in, and then you want me to help you sell records with other people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't care. Like, to be honest with you, the things that happen to our culture based on Southern-based music coming in are cool. People start moving a little more to the music. They dance. Like New York, when they love you, we get a bob, and they leave with the same passion you would have had for the guy that shook his hair out and sweated, say he was crunk, or whatever, and energy in the actual club. And I'm like, I ain't got nothing but a Yankee hat. I'm all New York. You know what I'm saying? It's just what that changed it, and it simplified things. It made it not as complex. Like, there was a point when we was writing stories backwards, like in the funeral. Like I wrote on Animal Ambition, it starts at the funeral. Then I explained to you how he got to his funeral. Nas was writing it like a movie. Start at the end and then
go back to
go back to what happened. And like, we had got so complex in the story writing side of things that it started to kind of be like, let me listen and understand the art versus just having a good time.
Gotcha.
Now, I saw you speak up for Troy Ave on Instagram when everybody was going in on him for selling 4,500 records. What made you do that?
Well, you know, wasn't sure I liked Troy at first because I was hearing a lot of me.
Yeah, people were saying he was a, mini 50 Cent.
Yeah, and then I go, I've been here for how long? How many people did you hear that sounded like Biggie?
Word up. Of course, you're going to influence.
You know what I'm saying? How many people sounded like Jay? At different points, they'll have that thing from their favorite artist, and he's not copying; he's doing his version of it. And now, when you see the doo-doo-doo, that record kind of sold me on him. Like I was like, I like this.
And then you did a song with him.
Yeah,
And you're bringing him on tour with you.
the Bang Bang record. I'll bring them out. If they're not tied up when we I've been setting dates because you got to go so far ahead, and I'll let them come on the tour.
Chris Lighty, who passed away, his daughter has her own show.
Yeah.
I seen her driving your car and she crashed your car.
Yo, listen.
Now, if that wasn't Chris Lighty's daughter, would you have been upset?
Absolutely.
$300,000 car.
I was a little upset for him. As soon as I seen the caption, I said, oh, but then I seen who it was.
But wait, how old is she? She's only...
Yeah, she's young, the baby. Like what's the name she did? We
all
come around
crashed.
the corner, and she said, "Look, we come around the corner of the car," and the guy. Well, it was really his fault. It was an Uber driver, and he opens, like he's already double parked, and he opened the door. Damn! And he just hit the mirror. Like, boom! As the mirror come on. Man, y'all gotta see the tape because I was. I was like, yo, what you happened? Like, because you just went around the corner. I was like, yo, like, man, I didn't even see it coming.
Right.
And then it was like, it's funny though. So I'm like, we just taped. It was like the first segment of Q-Tip is gonna tape for also, and then she like building her television show, Lighty in the Light, And then so I was up on. It went up on TMZ like 2 seconds later. I was like, "Who's here to see that?"
You get a lot of money for them pictures, man.
Yeah, they got. Yeah. And as soon as the guy from the car though, he came and he wanted to take a picture. I was like, "Yeah, all right."
I mean,
It's cool because she already had me in a space where I was I'm already in that headspace where everything's okay, cool, whatever you want to do.
so his insurance is handling it.
No, I took care of it.
That ain't no $10,000 fix. That's
Not at all.
40, 50 grand fix right there.
Now, people want to know who you tied up and put a gun to in the XXL office to get Kid on the.
Oh no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
That was the word on the street.
He really did. Look, he really did that on his own. And check this out. He's really a freshman vet. Because he's been around, bumped around. But I tell him, I say, that's what my career was like. Like, not everyone gets to start when they're ready, but when they do get into position the right way, it just leaves them seasoned. It's like a comedian. Comedians are always overworked. They always have to be fine-tuned for so long that when they do get the shot, like you'll see, like Kevin Hart been around for a minute. Then when he get in position, boom. And you see him, and you be like, how are you able to work this much? Like to be on these shows and movies all at the same time, it's because it's light work to him because he's been working now. Like he's been out and doing stand-up and different things. Like I think that like comedians are like, it's like fitness. You can't really miss a daylight. You know what I'm saying? When you stay fine-tuned, then your timing is right.
Word up.
And your thoughts move faster and you just in pocket. I think if you haven't been to the gym for a few weeks, when you go back, that workout feels abnormally tough or harder. Like it's just off a little bit. You know what I mean? And then we see what happens. It's still, overall funny people, but if they haven't been out there and in those circuits, I think that they're not as good as they usually are.
I actually think Kid is dope. I just think that when he's with the unit, people are used to hearing the unit. They don't want nothing messing with that
Nothing
formula.
new, yeah. And look, when I said I listened to the record just the line for line on the record, and I go, nah, that's right. Like just like when you was picking the artist in the very beginning, you go, can he rap? Like, nah, this kid can rap. Like it's different guys that you see them kind of pull themselves into the front a little bit. Like they've been there as a little artist, like Fabulous, like different guys. Like, cause these are mixtape guys originally. For me, like you hear them on the Clue tape or you hear them on the joint, and then they start to emerge, pull out into the front because they're outworking their peers. And you look and you go, Fab was the first guy to call for an R&B remix. You know what I mean? Like that's who he was in the very beginning, and then it bled over into him doing some things that is dope. Like that last Cuffin' Season record, that was a 50 Cent record.
Right.
Like in my head, like I heard the beat, was like, oh, this is it. Why is this not the single? And then I ran into him at the jeweler. I told him I'd jump on that right away because it was like I already belong on the record.
Right.
Now what happened with the boxing thing that you had? They said they filed for bankruptcy. We watched a fight. What was that, in Houston? We had that fight out in Houston?
Yeah, I'm getting
Canelo washed Kirkland.
He did, man. He did.
It was bad.
Listen, look, check this out. People, you know what's cool about me being a promoter? Like people, there's no sympathy for winners, right? So they like to see you lose at points. Like, and our coach is out with the old and with the new.
Right up.
You know, youth coaching in general. So the significance in being able to stay is understanding that. Like, so if I'm associated to a fighter, people pay more attention to it because they love or they hate 50 Cent.
Right.
And they'll go, I want to see him lose because that's 50 Cent fighter, or I want to see him win because that's 50 Cent fighter. And the more passionate they are about him, the more people tune in. Like Floyd just showed the formula of the marketing was Pretty Boy Floyd didn't work. The money team, Money made work. Because we said we got all the money in the world in the middle of a recession. And that was interesting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
You tune in just to hate. Like,
Yeah,
look at
just
this.
to look-
Why they got all this goddamn money?
to make
Acting
no
like they have
sense.
stacks of money as phones.
no sense. And you know how this ends, don't you? Because they're all they're sitting there like, they're sitting there with that, and you going like that just works. And then like it works for Champ, it don't necessarily work for me overall. So I like this is why I started with the United Nations, the World Food Program thing, and then I started doing different things. You know, I like with different organizations. You know, because I'm trying to consistently to keep people understanding that I'm conscious of things. You know, and a lot of times, I do this on purpose of time, running circles, so I don't have to answer the question. Like, remember you asked me how old Tiffany was?
We know.
This is a skill,
We know.
people.
We know.
but I look at it overall. Like I look at it like when there's an opportunity to do something that the people haven't seen, done over like something new. I should jump in and go ahead and do it. Like people look when they see me with effing and different things, they go, "Well, I didn't see that coming." Like, what made you decide to do that? And I'm like, it makes perfect sense for me at this point. You know?
But from the business end, they say, I saw a story where SMS owes you $2.3 million.
Yeah, because look, I'm not really that wealthy. My companies do great.
Gotcha.
Like I make a little bit of money.
You don't got to talk just like we the IRS.
Like what I'm saying is, I don't get paid very much per year. Like from my companies, like
He's saying you don't have the liquid, but you have these companies that are worth
a lot of money, and then because those companies are protected. You know what I mean? And then you pay yourself money that, in case you become liable for something, there's not a whole lot there for them to just take from you.
Whatever happened with the World Star situation? Because I see they post G-Unit content now.
Yeah, now me and Q are cool. We
You're good now?
We worked it out.
figured out how to work it out.
That was the check. That was the check.
I didn't realize that they do so well. Q, World Star is cool. They're big money over there.
Now, speaking of big money, we seen you posing with Ted. That's Chelsea Handler's
Yeah,
old
yeah.
boyfriend. Don't he run E?
He do. No,
Okay.
he ran E. Now he's
Ran E.
over at ABC, I think. That's where he was at. I met him at Access Hollywood.
That's a little awkward. Then you added Chelsea in the picture.
Yeah, I was because he came to me. I didn't know who he
Plus,
was.
she's a comedian. I'm sure she has a great sense of humor about
she don't care
things.
about
Like
that.
So he
she,
approached you.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I did it.
What they said? We f***ed the same girl? We did.
I did it before you, boy.
Oh, got you.
I said, it's cool to win that order, man. Shit would have been tragic. It would have felt different. Your life would have felt different.
now 50. They both said they're looking forward to seeing Lala on episode 4
Yes, we are.
of
You need to
Power.
do a power
Let-
calendar.
Let me say one thing though. Now,
Power
what if,
calendar.
for the sake of your artistry, you had to go nude and show
look,
your thing?
listen, look.
Would you be down with that?
Angela,
Did that.
To
No,
take it to the
Terrence
next
Howard did that.
level?
listen, man.
How you confusing with Terrence Howard?
I was thinking about Get Rich or Die Trying. It was a movie.
We got a lot of guys that like power, but I think the frontal nudity scene for me would help me. I think it would bring my female fan base to an all-time high.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Start to be cool. Damn, Angela, you supposed to keep this top secret. I'd be all right, though.
Would you do it?
Yeah, I would. It had to make sense, though. It had to be like a real scene. I wouldn't just...
Be walking around swinging.
Yeah, for no reason. That's like some... That's what I would do instead of what the Kardashians' dad did.
Oh, Caitlyn?
Yeah. If things was over, like if I felt like things were like over, like this, voila.
Don't tuck it in.
This is it. Yeah. You know how you see like the older guy, like you in this like the spar, you like you just worked out or something like that, and he just come walking past you like, whoa. Like, you know, he got that look. Life is over here, okay? What is the matter with you? You know what I mean? Young boys, they care about everything. The towel's wrapped up. You like this, yo, what's going on? You walk around like this, look, I got over that like last year, like 10 years ago. Things slowed down. I got the little blue pill. We're working this thing out now.
What do you think of Lil Wayne's situation, man?
That was interesting. I didn't like. I just heard that this morning too. Like the title thing.
Yeah.
And that now I would get title.
Really?
It's something exclusive. You know, I didn't understand why they thought you would buy into title without when everyone that was up there was signed to a major. So there was nothing exclusive that I would pay the $20 for. $20, you know what I mean? If there's content coming, like in the future, they're gonna start pulling content over that would allow them to have things that the rest of the commercial music world doesn't have. I pay to see it.
Would you be down to be partnered up with Tidal also?
No.
Why not?
No, I mean I don't know if it's partnered with Tidal or if it's creating a competitor.
Yeah, I saw the interview you did with Letty and Damage in LA, and you said that none of those guys own their music anyway. So how you gonna get exclusive content?
Right. That's what I was saying. Like if everyone there is contracted and they have to be on every platform they can to move as many units as possible. They can't just say like we want, like they're saying buy titles is artists for artists. That's the right, and I know that's the intention of the marketing. But the general public could look at it and say, look, we're really rich people. We're cool, so give us $20 per, to buy a title for $20 instead of, because they'll look, the person, it's the interpretation of it. Like when the people look at it, the average person, some of them will look and say, I just see a bunch of rich people
asking me to give my money.
My money for nothing exclusive.
Right.
All right.
Now, what's your relationship with Taraji? Have you seen her?
I did. I ran into her at the Billboard Awards.
Can you get her to do a frontal nudity scene too?
That would be better, right? If we could do the frontal nudity scenes together on a separate movie.
Yeah. Now, what did she say when you seen her?
Nah, she was cool. Like what's ill is I had ran into her when she was. We was talking to Shaka was there. Shaka Zulu from the Ludacris camp, and me and him, we got a crazy, like our relationship go back for so far that he was in the radio department at Columbia when I was in '98.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Luda was working on radio, and he playing me Ludacris music then. And then he took off Luda Blue. Then I got away from Columbia Records, and the Minds came around after, so it was cool. Like then talking to him, like we ran into each other at the same time while I was talking, so it was real cool because they got a good friendship too. So we got a chance to kick it. But she was like, that's just cool stuff. She's saying that she her babies is grown.
Oh, so, but no problem, no shots about the Empire power back and forth.
I think she understands too. It brought attention to both shows, really.
It does.
Absolutely.
I mean, it didn't hurt anything. I think the competitive energy is just there. Like when people are conscious of competition, and they look at it and they go, which one is better? Why? You don't know which one you think is better if you don't watch both. You know what I mean? And that's like if you got one on premium cable versus one, you can see the more aggressive content in Power versus what's happening on Empire.
I do wish Power was on Netflix though, because I'd be like, after the end of episodes, I'd be like,
why can't
I gotta wait till next week.
I like waiting till next week. I enjoy that, the anticipation and
people really that Courtney did a really good job at pacing herself.
And she's the writer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that people being so invested in the characters is because of the pace of the story. Like you got a chance to learn, like to know these people. Like,
That's very true, because you even want to know more. Like I want to know more about Notorious' character. I want to know more about Lala's character. Like I want to see where they go. Like
still, because Lala's character, everything that she won in her life is in Tasha's.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so it's like whenever things come around, it's like she's like, I got a lot of cool stuff
That's
used
real.
to be hers. You know,
And it's
like,
an ill storyline that could come because you like maybe she'll get jealous of Tasha one day and set her up or something. Eventually, if somebody offers her the opportunity.
and she's the close friend, so she's like the first place that she starts to send the money she needs.
Right.
You know, she's sending it to her house.
Did you just give us a spoiler?
No, but this.
That was gonna happen?
Ah, damn, man, you be setting me up.
I like how she told Ghost, "Oh, and do me one favor. I need you to stop talking to Angela."
Yeah, I'm like, why you go on my telephone? I'm immediately going in the defensive side. Wait, did you go through my phone? She said, you should have watched your phone.
Now, Kimmy, are you signed to 50 as an artist?
Now we
We
talk.
doing something. He got a record coming out. Lotto, me and him featured on the record. You know, I really like the song, so I wanted to be a part of it, and I got on it. And I mean, when people around you are talented, like for me, I'll look and say, yeah, I'll do it. Like Jeremiah, Down on Me, I had #1 record, and you know, I said 50 said Jeremiah #1 because I felt like it was #1, and I worked to get that record in the position it was in because Def Jam didn't understand it.
Right.
And then I had to, after we did the song, we shot a video in the recording studio. We put it out. Then that didn't do as much as I felt like it was supposed to do. So I went back and I did a video with Kanan. But Kanan Cahill is the little kid that do the voiceovers.
Yes. I picture that every time I hear the song.
And then I had Chelsea put it on her show, and it was got 30 million views.
Wow.
And it jumped the single to #10 on iTunes, and then Def Jam found the money to shoot the video, and the record went on to be the hit.
And you just did that because you was a fan of the record?
Yeah, because at the time it was the only song, that we had out. Like that's my song too, if my voice is on it.
You gonna get involved in more TV, man?
Yeah, I got.
You got to, right?
Yeah, I got a few other shows. They're going to come up. We're gonna see them. I start the marketing for them. I don't want to overshadow.
You don't take away from power, right?
I told them about it, but I got some pieces in action.
And you did Southpaw.
Yep, Southpaw will be out July 24th. I just spoke to Jake. Well, he texted me yesterday because they're in Paris promoting it. It's cool. And
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good show. Like, it's not what you would expect from a boxing film because of like the Rockies and things. Because the sport itself has been enough action for you to show the theatrics of boxing, but when you get outside the ring, it's a real intense story. Like, it's dope.
Okay.
This is a new improved 50 though. 50, like he's stopping his sentences. Like he's saying just enough.
I'm pausing.
Yeah, he's like
No run-on stuff no more. Stop, figure that out. You know, if I had the proper etiquette classes, things would be crazy. But you know, I don't want to go into public speaking. I'm not trying to chase Obama down. With that, I'm leaving it like keep it hip hop. Sometimes I talk in slang or I write in slang on the Instagram and stuff like that. And you watch these people correct me and be like, oh, now how do you feel better about your life? You feel better about your life, you unhappy mother.
I wanted to ask you too what you thought of the Apple streaming deal. Because of course you did great business with Jimmy and Dre.
That's what the Beats deal was about. They really wanted the rights to the stream service. Apple's always been interested in music. Think about it. The first place we started talking about going to buy music be iTunes.
Right.
It'd be Apple. So now they're like, from their relationship, Steve Jobs, Jimmy relationship from way back. Like the first time they did product placement in the music video was the iPod and PIMP. And it's because I immediately jumped out there. Like, as soon as he said something about the iPod, I said, you think you can sell this? I can sell an iPod. And Jimmy said, strange enough, whatever he say, they're going to do it. And then they gave me $150,000 to do it. And we put it against the cost of the music video. And at that point, we had them huge budgets, so it didn't do nothing. It was a drop in the bucket. And now it's like, I think it's cool like that. Music is just going to be consumed differently. There's no lack of interest in it because we're going to still want to go out and enjoy the festivities of where we've been.
Now you post a lot of pictures of your son, also Sire, and you also have him working now too, right? He got
well, no, he's just the kid. Look, special kids pay for their own college. Special kids pay for college on their own. He come in like he just did this one thing like the people approached me about him, like being the face of Kid Corner, not Kid Corner, Kid Safe products because they got like audio products that won't go over seven decimals, so it doesn't damage your eardrums when the kids are still developing. Because we'll let the kid use the headsets that we're using, but if they turn the volume all the way up,
messed up.
yeah, it
Mess
could
up the eardrum.
mess up the ears.
So you ready for a daughter next, or?
I do want to have a daughter. I don't know where I'm ready to have that.
Because you planned the last one. The last one you said, I'm going to
That
have this son
was
with
it,
this
yeah.
young lady. Yeah.
It was a little. That's why he was already here for a year before he knew he was here.
You going to do the celebrity thing this time? Let me go get a celebrity chick.
I don't know, man. See, when you say it like that,
You got Kanye and Kim, you got J and B, you got it.
But this way, you see what you said it, the celebrity thing, like that scares me. That's the point where you're not in control anymore. Someone else is there who can completely change the perception of you, right? The things they're saying or doing, following that. When that doesn't work well,
Oh, I see
happens
what
then?
you're saying. So you like how people started calling Kanye Kardashian. Got you.
Yeah, like-
got you.
right? When you
But
start,
who's gonna overshadow 50 Cent?
I don't know, man. It's just marketing. You don't know what they're gonna do. It's crazy afterwards. Like they would have never thought that the dad is the star. When he give me some boobs. Look, Envy, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been struggling with my sexuality for the last 5 years. I come to the acknowledgement. I'm a lesbian. I'm a lesbian right now. I'm not cutting nothing, I'm not changing nothing, but I'm a lesbian. And look, girl, if you ever think about going that way, I'm here for you. You know, like you didn't change nothing. You just put boobs on. It's some crazy dress-up joint.
He hasn't even committed. You want to commit? Cut your
Cut it. Cut it. Just cut it.
Cut it off.
See, then we're gonna know it's real.
Then we know it's real.
Yeah, I would never. Oh
Right
my
now, you
God.
just cross-dressing.
Yeah, you cross-dressing, extreme cross-dressing. If you went and did boobs and came back, that's what it is, extreme cross-dressing. And you still saying, I do want that girl, though. I still want the girls.
Nah, you got to commit, bruh.
Yeah, how you gonna do that?
Gotta
How
cut it
do
off.
you go that far for that? Man, I think this is an ill promotional stunt on some levels. Think about it.
Absolutely.
Because you're not changing any positions. You're just saying, well, you're just physically changing some things.
Absolutely. Now your appearance money done went up to $150,000.
$150,000.
$5 million a show for me.
Minimum.
At 65, this is something you have to consider now.
Oh boy.
At 65, man. Listen, everything's not as hard and as tight as it used to be. So you're sitting there looking like this. Wait, I think I could pull it off, man.
If I was a transgender that actually committed all the way, cut your penis off, I'd be upset. I'd be like, how is he the poster boy for us?
Well, some people are upset.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, because they're not going all the way. It's interesting. All I could think about when I first saw it was how it affects the kids. How it affects the kids, because going to school and they're going, yo, heard your pops is your mom. Like, you know, kids could, it's brutal honesty.
But
absolutely.
those
Like,
kids
they're
aren't
like,
in
yo.
school anyway.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah,
not
out of
even a
school.
diss, it's the truth.
Yeah. It ain't. It's just flat out truth. You can't even, but that one felt like a punch, didn't it? Like, you be like, ooh. Yeah, you know, I got some interesting things going on back at the crib.
So what's the difference you think between Caitlyn and Young Thug?
What?
That he said, whoa. He said, that's a huge difference, right?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty big
one is just
difference.
playing with lines and for shock value and stuff with these kids. I don't know, like, because he said he was smoking a penis.
Yeah.
And he's
Intense.
engaged.
He
He's
called
getting
his homeboys
married.
his husband and his
He's getting
babe.
married to a woman.
Man, we live in a non-traditional time. Man.
That's a good way to say it.
You know, like, you heard?
Well, Rotimi, we appreciate you and 50 for joining us. We look for this new music we're gonna get this week.
For sure.
Renee is telling me, he said it was tomorrow, but he said later on in the week now.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And we need a power calendar with Notori, Angela, and Lala's titties on 3 months.
What?
We're gonna put that on the loop. We're gonna have that on Instagram. Popping. Hey,
She's aware. She's ready for it, I think.
she is. She worked hard. Like I told with Courtney, one of the people that I put her in front of her. Like I went guys because we had a relationship before that. We've been cool from MTV and everything else. So it's like she was ready. She had been working on her acting and stuff for a long time. So I was like, yo, I want you to meet with her so you can, so you can read, talk about the actual role and stuff. And Courtney, like, yeah, and they sat, and she was like, listen, I'm really, really happy you did that. You know what I'm saying? Because she was ready. Like, I'm not gonna put people, I never play somebody that I don't feel like is ready for that position.
Right.
There, like as a favor, when I know he got that thing already, then I'm like, yeah, put that there. Because it belonged there, and then people go, they're usually happy that I made the suggestion.
Is
Well,
her
Envy's
character gonna
upset.
grow like yours did?
Yeah. God's definitely.
Envy really wanted to be on this season because I know he was featured on.
Yeah, I was featured. Had a
season
big part of season 1. I might come back.
He brings
season
it up
3.
all the time.
Season 3.
There you go. I'll be back. Well, we appreciate you joining us. 50 Cent wrote Timmy.
Yes, sir.
And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.